ready to have a good time? This is exciting, isn't it?
All right, we're on.
Hello, testing.
Welcome aboard the Dreamliner.
It's the only way to fly.
I've allotted 1 hour for recreational activity. There's no time for irrelevant conversation. Fun will now commence.
Garry.
Here's a young speaker who is really in demand.
Don't let that go to your head, Garry.
But wait, there's more.
That's what I'm talking about.
He's Garry Meier.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Hey, GarrForce, we're back with the Friday, July 8th, 2022 edition of the Garry Meier Show, Cocktail Hour Live.
Cocktails, woo, drinks.
Yes, I shot that video of the SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket launch from aboard the brand new Disney Cruise Line ship, Disney Wish, at Port Canaveral, Florida, last week. Kind of at the very last minute, as a reporter for MousePlanet.com, I was invited and cleared to attend the ship's christening ceremony and then to sail aboard as one of its very first guests on its christening cruise to the Bahamas. The new 4,000-passenger ship will have its official inaugural voyage on July 14th, and it tells stories from across Disney's collection of brands. It has a dinner theater in the round show featuring characters from Frozen, an interactive cinematic dinner featuring Marvel characters, the Star Wars Hyperspace Lounge, Disney Cruise Line's legendary Fireworks at Sea shows, and a whole lot more. And speaking of fireworks, hopefully your neighbors have finally finished off their batch for the season. My neighbor, the Walt Disney World Resort, continues with multiple blasts nightly all year. Last night, Disney Vacation Club invited me to one of my absolute favorite spots at Disney World, the Top of the World Lounge at Bay Lake Tower. That venue is finally reopening to DVC members this coming week. Yes, GarrForce, we're keeping to our show format, light and nonsensical. There's been enough bad news for the week, so no matter where you are, it's time for a digital mimosa. Remember that our preferred streaming platform is the GarrForce Live YouTube channel. When you subscribe there, hit the bell icon to be notified when we're live. Like and share the show on all the social media channels, and know that during our live show, we can see your comments on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, which means we may show them on the screen and or talk about them. Now, fasten your seatbelts, it's time to go wheels up on the GarrForce Live.
Thank you, Alan, and welcome to the Cocktail Show. Let's do what we have to do, kick the tires and light the fires and get everything going here. The wheels are going to be up, and then they're going to be burning here. Let's burn those tires. That's what my yard looked like on Monday night, because that was my finale. Although I couldn't buy as much gasoline this year because it's so damn expensive. I got to tell you, first of all, Alan, if you aren't the president of marketing at Disney World in a year, although I don't want to promote that because you'll ditch this show like a bad habit. You do more promotion. They should be handing you whatever they can hand you because you do such a great job. And I know you went on that cruise and had a good time. I've got to go see a rocket launch in person at some point. That looks unbelievable.
That was amazing. And of course, the little trick in the video today is that the rumble that I played under the rocket actually came about a minute after the rocket launch, which was astounding given as close as we were. But it was really a sight to behold because, I mean, if you know where Port Canaveral is, you're looking at the vehicle assembly building and the other launch sites over at the Space Center, and it was just breathtaking. I spotted which tower was venting, which is how I got the close-up of the rocket. I could see with my eye which rocket it was that was going to launch because there were actually 2 or 3 on the pads for launches over the course of the week.
You said which tower was venting? Did I hear that right?
The rocket, yeah, they vent the liquid oxygen in the moments just before launch, so you could see it coming off like steam off the side of the rocket.
Nice. And that was a Musk rocket, right?
Yeah, that was a SpaceX Falcon 9.
Yeah. See, the space program, that's what makes America great. We have to focus on that kind of stuff. We were the first and the only people to step on the moon. We got to claim things because if China gets there, they're going to have apartment buildings up in about 6 months. I got to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the highlight of my week before today was a root canal. That's how bad this week was, as far as we know what happened on the 4th of July. And because of that, I have a programming note. Terry Savage, the financial reporter I have on periodically, was scheduled to be on tonight, but she is attending a funeral for one of the people that was murdered on Monday in Highland Park, Illinois. And I hope I don't ever have to hear a reason like that again for somebody not being on the show. But here's the dealio. This is the second person I know that is associated with a parade where an atrocity happened. If you remember, Wisconsin reporter Ryan and his wife and son were at that parade in Waukesha where that car went through and killed people. What are the chances? 2 parades in 6 months, and we have some connection to both parades. That is frightening. Now, to cleanse, this whole show is designed to, at the end of the week, cleanse everything that's happened earlier in the week. And boy, do we need it this week. So here's how I started my day. Double beaver, roast to order coffee, and then I weed whacked. And that got me into a nice Zen atmosphere. And here is what really tips it in. My Manhattan, my main Manhattan. Cheers, everybody. Let's bring Leslie in so we can officially start this with the release of the wine condom. Hello, Leslie.
Hello, everybody. And I'm hoping this goes off like a SpaceX Falcon 9.
Watch it. Here it comes. That witching drain. Over the shoulder, baby. Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. And she will give away a wine condom, still in its wrapper, and something else out of her fun bag that she'll reveal later in the program. And as I mentioned, the root canal, there's the fun bag. That was a highlight because I was expecting the worst. I had not had one in many years, and I remember it to be unpleasant. It's all new and improved. 15 minutes, I'm in, I'm out, and a TV monitor on the ceiling. So while you're lying there and maybe thinking, oh, this is going to be bad, you're watching HGTV and them putting up drywall. What a great country.
6 more months, it's going to be a robot dentist.
Yes.
I am pleased to remove your nerves.
How are you? I am performing a root canal. Okay. Let me say hello to some people that have checked in. Martin from British Columbia. He's here every week. Hello, Martin. Barbara from Arizona. She's always here. Anthony. Hey, we got to put Keely Ann's text up. That's really what starts the show, too. Keely Ann says this. Some guy aimed his bottle rocket at my schnauzer. I quickly blew it out. Good vibes. Virtual hug. Thank you, Keely Ann. Charles, he works at a radio station, WRLR 98.3. Pow. And Sandy Lee from West Michigan. Dottie. WRLR. Yeah. Lloydster, Northwest Indiana. Deborah, John, Donna, Chris.
Did you see Lynn? She's tuning in from Dacula, Georgia, but it looked like Dracula, Georgia. And I'm thinking, if they don't have the best frackin' Halloween parties in Dacula, Georgia.
Yeah. In fact, Dracula, Georgia was my radio name during the holiday. Oh, speaking of Halloween, I got a catalog and there was Halloween stuff in it.
Oh, sure.
And take a drink
every time. We're already into Halloween.
Right. Every time something is off kilter, take a drink. You'll be an alcoholic within about 3 days these days. There's your lawn puke. Yeah. There it is.
By the way, I also ran into a couple of GarrForcers in person in the recent days. And so, hey to Deb in Des Plaines and to Scott in St. Charles. And if you ever see me on the street, feel free to stop by and we'll talk.
There. That's what you'll do. Because Leslie's very easy to get along with, not like some of these stars that you see and they pretend like they don't want anything to do with you.
Don't make eye contact, man.
I like how Brad Pitt is saying, and I like Brad Pitt, don't get me wrong. I think he's an everyman. And if I wasn't married, but he said he has this condition where he can't recognize faces. I had never heard of it before.
I think I have a touch of this.
What's it called?
It's face blindness.
But there's an official name like alopecia.
It's not alopecia. But the weird thing is, if I see people and they're out of context, I can know them. They can be coworkers and things like that, and I still don't recognize them.
No,
So let's not be hard on Brad. And
no. I
Brad,
think
he's
it's a
still
it's a.
cute, isn't he?
I know. I think it's convenient to have. Well, say you have that because then you don't have to really deal with people. But he says it's official. I had never heard of it. All right, going to the screen door. Is this right? Is that
No,
right?
that's right.
That's right. Okay. Rosemary, good to see you, Ro. Walter, Stephen, Palos Park, Illinois. Larry, Deb, Scott, Johnny from Michigan, Doug, and Johnny's getting his tooth fixed, I think. He bit down on some ice cream that had a nut in it and he broke his tooth, he said, something like that. Cindy, how you doing? Everybody's checking in. Why is
I
Donna
like the
saying
fact that
dementia? Oh,
podcast
dementia
oh,
for
for
Brad
face
Pitt?
blindness, but I like the fact that we are your go-to show for all things dental.
That's right.
How many other
Johnny's
podcasts they're doing serial killers and stuff like that, but no, not here.
Johnny's father was President Eisenhower's dentist.
Right.
I'll bet you the president didn't have the TV monitor on the ceiling. And back in the 50s, I can't even imagine what a root canal was like. Johnny says, I had my broken tooth extracted before the holiday. Which holiday? 4th of July? All right.
There's so many.
Ken has the official name for that face blindness.
Prosopagnosia?
Yeah.
Prosopagnosia.
I hope Will Smith's wife doesn't have it. Oh, I'll keep her name out of my fucking mouth. Okay.
You keep her
Mhm.
effing name.
Yeah, baby. All right. Good show today because I got Mike Mascow, the proprietor of Roast to Order Coffee and Tea, the fine sponsor of the GarrForce, coming up later, giving away gift cards. There's where you go to order your coffee and tea. Like I said, after 2 Leave It to Beavers and my Roast to Order coffee, the day goes much better. And I got to tell you, Leslie, one of the Beaver episodes today was very touching. In fact, I teared up because the episode was Beaver was assigned in his classroom to write about somebody who he thinks is a hero. And some of his classmates were making stuff up about their fathers. And Beaver thought, well, my father isn't all that. And he made up a story and then he tossed it. And he wrote this very touching story about, hey, my dad doesn't do anything crazy, but he loves me. And it was just like, it was a very touching Beaver. Yeah. And I'm sitting there with my coffee and,
You know, and a lot of times, and we will talk about it more on the show, heroes, you find them where you don't expect. And
yes.
sometimes they have really pretty brown eyes and waggy tails too.
And you're doing a nice segue into my first guest, Jason Johnson. I've talked about Jason and K-9 Hero, projectk9hero.org for many years because, my God, thank God there's some good news out there. And Jason brings it. And he's going to be involved in this PBS special this evening. And it's airing at different times around the country. So you have to check your internet for when it's going to air. Let's bring Jason on and talk about what's going on here. Jason, welcome. Good to see you.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right.
For having me on again, Gary.
Let's explain. I'll have you explain what you do about Project K-9 Hero and what that is all about, and then about the special tonight. And we're going to show a little here in just a few minutes.
Sure. Well, I came in the United States Army in 1993, and I thought, man, I just want to be a soldier, serve my country. And I had no idea you could be a K-9 handler your whole life. It took me a couple years to learn about it, and I started making some changes during my career, thinking I want to learn, how to get in the working dog profession. I worked hard at that for a few years. I got out of the Army. I became a police officer, where I became a K-9 officer. I worked on the SWAT team, honor guard. Worked up in Washington State, Yakima, and Tacoma, Washington, Puyallup, Washington, and did about everything I could do. Fairly young age, 33. I was a K-9 instructor and a SWAT guy and a K-9 handler. And I thought, man, I need to get out and explore the world more and take my passion to another level. I got recruited by the U.S. government, one of the contracting agencies. I went to Iraq and Afghanistan. I was a dog handler. I did explosive detection for the U.S. ambassador on down, presidents of other countries, U.S. diplomats. I did over 125 missions in both countries until I went back into government service to the ATF, where I was an instructor for the ATF, and we worked with the FBI, the CIA, the U.S. Marshals, National Geospatial Agency, and all kinds of agencies around the nation. And then I went on to Homeland Security, and I got involved with TSA in the passenger screening program that you see in airports across America. And after my first 24 years of service, I had worked with a little over 2,000 dogs, and I thought, man, what can I do to give back? Because I feel like I've done everything in my career up to that point, operational wise and instructional wise. I didn't feel it was enough. And so I started Project K-9 Hero in 2016. I left the government in 2017. And I created a program, a nonprofit, that can really help these dogs when they get out of service. A way to make sure that no dog goes without. And, these dogs are serving our country. When they serve in the government or the military, at least federal and, all branches of service, there's no funding for them when they get out of service. It doesn't matter what they did. It doesn't matter how great they were, that their medical care is not taken care of by the agencies they served. Whoever adopts a dog, if it's a former handler or a new owner, they're 100% responsible for that. And not every first responder or military working dog handler, soldier, airman, Marine, to work at. So we're not probably reach out to. And to date, we have 184 dogs in the program that we take care of full time. We have over 200 applications pending. We're putting in a dog a week right now, 50 new dogs a year, almost a dog a week. We take care of them, rest of their medical care for life. We have a facility that you mentioned in the start of the show in Tennessee, 177-acre sanctuary. Those are for dogs that don't have a home or going to be euthanized because the handler can't keep them. They need a place to go. They're going to be put down otherwise because of their behavioral issues. So, we're taking them in there. And then the other ones, I think Bart just showed up on the screen. We're taking care of dogs like Bart who have severe medical needs. And, we're making sure that they are paid for, because what we want to do is make sure that no K-9 hero goes without.
Yes, and I can't, again, believe that the government doesn't set funds aside. Now, you said before we started that you're working on that and they might be coming around at some point and fuel some money into this. Let's show the clip that's part of the PBS special tonight. Alan, you want to run that?
We are always looking to be inspired.
We're going to meet a guy who's doing some incredible things with veterans.
I'm Jason. This is K-9 UV. I trained over 2,000 military dogs. The minute they retire, they're not getting any services. Project K-9 Hero helps retired K-9s with medical care and adoption.
It touches my heart, just a passion for these dogs.
We're the War and Treaty, and what he doesn't know is that we're going to take his story and turn it into a great song.
Good to see that that's going to be on tonight. I'm so glad that PBS is doing something, and any attention that you get has to be good and fuels more funds into helping you and these dogs. And some of these dogs, they retire at a really early age, and they might have 10 years left in their life and might have a lot of medical issues, and that can be quite costly. That's why you do what you do to raise funds.
Yeah, we've certainly had dogs come in and retired at the age of 4, age of 5, and so forth. Normally, a working dog works to around the age of 10. That's not always the case. A medical issue can certainly drive one to retirement. We talked about Bart. I've seen him come up on the screen. I'm not looking at every invoice in the history, but he's had several surgeries. He retired at 4 because he overheated while he was working. And I would just estimate that we paid $20,000 to $25,000 over the last 5 years in his retirement to help him with his medical care.
And Roberto's taking great care of Bart along the way too. You have a dog. You showed us right before we went on. Jason, do you have the dog nearby that you can bring into the room? This dog is just beautiful.
Yeah. This is K-9 UB, and she's come on. This is K-9 UB, and she's one of our national ambassadors. And
cool.
UB was retired, and she didn't have a home to go to in retirement, and she's here.
All right, that's one of the dogs that Jason has taken in. And what's the dog? What's the dog that's featured on the calendar? Your calendar for July?
That's going to be
Where's that coming from?
Get you stopped. What's the country boy to do?
Where's the music coming from?
It's not coming from here.
UB decided to turn somehow. She jumped up here on the keyboard.
Okay. Rocking. The dog's rocking.
Yeah, it's great. Great thing about UB is she's just got a lot of energy. So no one could take UB. She jumps up here. She makes a mess. And, nobody could take her after her service. She served 6 years at Chattanooga Police. Didn't have a home to go to. And, came to our facility. We ended up keeping her on staff. And she's just got a ton of energy and enough to turn on music and do everything here while we're even talking. But you want to talk about Mr. July in our calendar. Every year we do a calendar. This is the 5th year we did a calendar. And I know every month you were promoting it for us. So let's talk about Mr. July a little bit. This is military working dog Eros. Served in the United States Army right outside Washington, D.C., there at the military base, Fort Belvoir. Military working dog Eros is a dual-purpose patrol explosive dog who did over 80 Secret Service missions for the United States government. He also did over 50 VIP missions. This includes protecting the President of the United States, the Vice President, and diplomatic members from other countries. And so when Eros' service was done, he didn't have a home to go to. His handler that he had before went out to Korea, and he sat in the kennels for a little bit. And if you can see over on the picture to the far left of Eros, you see a young female there holding Eros. That's Paige Lewis. She's a sergeant United States military police. She wasn't a handler of his, but she felt bad for him, and she raised her hand to take on this responsibility to bring Eros into her home and take care of his medical for 100% of his life. Now, she's since transitioned out of the military to a civilian police job, and she you never know what the costs are going to be, but he came with like 8 medications. And so we're helping manage that, and we're getting him the help he needs. And that's hundreds of dollars sometimes a week, hundreds of dollars a month. And just to go to show you, even if you protect the President of the United States and do 80 Secret Service missions, doesn't mean you always have a home to go to when you get done. And it certainly doesn't mean that your retirement's going to be taken care of. So, in the past, we've talked about the K-9 Hero Act and how we're trying to work with Congress on that. I've rewritten it. I'm ready to repackage it. I'm just kind of waiting for politics in Washington, D.C. to mellow out a little bit, where both sides of the aisle are going to start working together, Republicans and Democrats. And without to get into the whole political mess of it, it's just not the right time yet. But when I feel it is the right time, I'm going to re-release it, and hopefully we can get a new law changed.
Geez, if both parties can't agree on this, I give up. This seems like a no-brainer. Hey, one of the listeners, David. Yeah, one of the listeners, David, said your dog there played walk-up music for the calendar for the other dog. The calendar dog has a walk-up song, and that's what the dog did there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome. Nice. If you can donate any money, it's projectk9hero.org, right, Jason? That's the website.
Yep, projectk9hero.org. We have a whole website on there. You can donate straight from there. We have our heroes on there. You can learn about the K-9 Hero Act, our K-9 Hero Awards. Most importantly, we got the big show coming out tonight on PBS. We can, discuss a little bit more in detail. But as far as donations, you can also find us on social media at Project K-9 Hero, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I post on there 2 or 3 times a day. Every week we're putting in new dogs. We've got so many great things going on. I think people will really enjoy following us and learning more about how we're trying to change how these dogs are taken care of for generations to come.
This show on PBS tonight, there are several different segments. You're in the 3rd segment, did you say?
Yeah, so there were 6 segments, and each one kind of took an unsung hero from the United States. A business owner, me, a veteran, a former police officer who started an organization, a nonprofit who's trying to give back and do good for the world, and paired up with a music star who ends up writing a song about them. And so my song's going to be called Soldier on All Fours. And it's really about my first partnership with Flash. And Flash was my police K-9 who helped me start this organization, who I got in retirement, who didn't have a home, who ended up being the 2018 Law Enforcement Dog of the Year. And even though Flash isn't a soldier, she represents all 184 dogs in our program and all future dogs in the program. And we take care of so many military working dogs and federal agencies that these dogs basically give their lives for us. And the song is about their service to our country and how how grateful we are for them. And my partners on the show was called a musical group called the War and Tree. Michael Trotter and Tanya Trotter, a husband and wife duo, and they're great artists. And they really kind of took my story because the show goes into my story. Learned about the dogs, learned about Flash, and really put a touching song together that they perform at the end of it. And they'll eventually play it on the Grand Ole Opry, where I'll be invited to come and join them and see it played live.
Great, great. That's tonight. Check your listings around the country because it's 10 Central, I believe 11 Eastern, and other times around the country, right? Yeah, see, 10 p.m. on WTTW in Chicago.
It varies.
In the Central Time Zone. Yeah, and you're in the Central Time Zone, but it's a different time than that. Right, in Tennessee?
Yeah, down by our facility in Nashville, I think it's at 9. I'm in northern Michigan doing this show today because we had some other events going on up here on the Upper Peninsula, and I think it's on 11 up here. So it varies. So just check, pbs.org. And if anyone wants to watch some previews, there's some great previews on there. 3 or 4 great previews about episode 3. Myself, Yubi, the other dogs, and this is very touching. And it's going to show well. And I'm just so proud to be able to get my story up to over 100 million American homes tonight, and let everybody know how great PBS is showcasing Project K-9 Hero and showcasing for our.
All right, Jason, thank you. Good luck with everything. I'll be in touch, as you know. All right, he had a little wonky hookup there, but I think we got the essence of what he was saying. Wow. At least there's some good news out there, right, Leslie?
Hey, you betcha, Gary.
Well, we're approaching the half-hour mark. You know what that means.
Yeah, you're
The
halfway
captain
through
has turned off the sober sign.
No problem. There's still a Luxardo cherry in the bottom. So
That's my gift.
Good.
That's
You're
my gift.
It. Golly, those dogs are
I
just
know.
so beautiful. And like I said, it's so sad to think that they're 4 years old and they've got pretty much like the dog equivalent of a workman's comp claim that nobody wants to cover.
Yeah, that gets pricey. And again, you think, somebody's going to adopt them. And as Jason said, not all the time that happens. You have to hope that happens, but where do they go from there? Well, you don't want to know. So that's where Jason comes in. All right.
I got weepy just in the promo.
I know.
I mean, music, dogs.
I know. I know. It looks beaubeautiful.
Alcohol. Okay, maybe that's
well,
I
there
love
you go.
all.
I love you. And then the beaver letter to his father. Well, really, after this week, don't you feel just exhausted again? Where you think you're getting some daylight between what happened on the 4th of July and then all the other stuff that's already in motion coming out of the pandemic and then into whatever this is. And it's a cocktail that I don't like. This is the cocktail I want.
Yeah, I get up usually and I grab my iPad pretty quickly and start going through the day's news. And this morning with what happened in Japan, I'm like, shut that thing. And I'm just going to give myself a little time to have a nice cup of coffee. And then everything is much better after that.
Yeah, I wanted to warm up the T&V to get the beaver and that Japanese stories. I just woke up.
Hey,
come on, I want some beaver. I don't want that. Oh, God. All right, where do we go from here? Well, how about we talk to Mr. Mike Mascow from Roast to Order Coffee. Mike, how you doing?
Hey, all right, Gary. How are you doing?
Good. Mike
Leslie.
is Mike. This is an everyman too. This is the salt of the earth man here. He is driving a truck because he also does that. And I don't know how you have time to do all that you do, but you're on the road and you're in your truck. And can you blow the horn for us?
Sure. All right.
There it is. There it is.
If you're in Richmond, Illinois right now, you can see me sitting across from the Drake Motel. I'm sure it's a no-tell motel.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, well, there are cars out there.
Yes.
So,
well, don't tell.
We won't tell.
There aren't any cars out there, Mike. No tell.
I'm in a vacant mobile gas station here. I'm hoping it's vacant. At least there was no cars when I pulled up.
Okay. And
So
you're hauling some freight from here to there.
Yep. Yeah, I've been all over. I probably drove over 2,000 miles, maybe 2,500 miles from Tuesday to today, going to Columbus, Ohio, up to Cedarburg. I was in Cedarburg earlier, down in Chicago. So
that's what you do when you're not doing roast to order, which I would think I don't know when you sleep and you're in your cabin there. Those cabins are pretty nice in those trucks, right?
Yeah, I've got it made pretty well here. I don't have a way to keep it cool in here without running the motor, so it does cost me, $6 a gallon to run it. I use up between a half a gallon or a gallon an hour. So.
Wait a minute. I have a question now. That says to me, wait a minute, what's the design here? If you're pulling over for the night and you want air conditioning, you got to keep the motor running?
Yeah, this truck does not have.
Well, that doesn't sound. Is there another way?
Well, there's something called an auxiliary power unit that also uses fuel, but it doesn't burn as much. And but they cost about $12,000 to install. So, I can buy a lot of diesel for the cost of an APU and burn it up while I'm back here. When it's cooler weather out, I turn the truck off. I probably don't turn the truck on for heat at night until it gets down below zero.
Because it stays that warm?
No, just because
just because you put more blankets on.
Hot-blooded person. I've got a really good sleeping bag. I've got a sleeping bag that goes down to minus 30. So as long as I stay inside the sleeping bag, it's okay.
Well, you're doing God's work, as Jason is. And you're also very generous and to give away more gift cards this visit.
No problem.
Let's just mention Roast to Order Coffee and Tea. If you're looking for great coffee and tea, this is where you order it. And Mike is so good where if you have any issue and you call or whatever the link is to Roast to Order, he will take care of it. I've had several listeners say, hey, I did something and I don't think I did it right. And then Mike called me and told me how to do it right.
It's more than just the product, right? I mean, people want to do business with somebody who services as well, and that's been my whole life is providing customer service. So, it's the way I want to be treated. So it's why I treat people that way. And we've got some great listeners here, Garry, to your show. I've been a fan of yours, for over 40 years. And you've got some great listeners out there. If I could give a shout out to Cindy and to Matt, they jumped right in after our first podcast and started ordering. Cindy doesn't even drink coffee. She orders it for her son, who says it's stellar. So thank you very much. And I want to also say hi to my wife and to her friend MJ, who's in from Arizona, who are watching us right now as they're getting a pedicure over where we live nearby.
Great.
So, yeah.
Good. And Ryan, Wisconsin reporter Ryan, he's ordering a lot because he's put the word out and he's got a lot of coffee orders coming in, I believe.
I was just up there by Ryan earlier today in Cedarburg, Wisconsin, picking up some milk at the Kemp's plant up there to come back to a McDonald's distributor in Whitewater, Wisconsin.
So when people order, you have a brews letter. Talk about the brews letter. If they sign up for that, you have specials on that too once in a while, right?
Yes. So what I was hoping we could do is we could just look at the website. I don't know if that's possible to do, and we just step through. Let's say you got our e-brews letter. You don't know how to get our e-brews letter. I'll show you how to go to the website. Then once you get the brews letter, it will have, we have like a flavor of the month that we do. If you want to try that flavor of the month, there's a coupon enter when you order. So, I think most people know how to off of a website, but I hate to assume, you know what I'm saying? So if there's a way that we can run that through and get the website nice and big.
There it is.
So we try to make the website as simple as possible, as simple as we can. We've probably gone through 15 or 20 iterations of the website, and it is always changing. But if you see across the top, it says about, coffee blog, shop, my account, and contact. So, you can go through this at your leisure. My account would be the first place that I would go. And if you just click on it, you see it's prompting you to log in. Now, if you don't have an account, you need to create an account. I can't see it, Alan, but is there a box there to create an account?
No, I see lost password.
Okay, so this is where a lot of people get hung up. You can order coffee from us as a guest. You don't have to have an account. We don't require you to give us your information. We do keep all your information private. When you order, you have the choice of if you want to create that account or not. So if you're getting an error and you're trying to log in and it keeps saying your password's not working or whatever, just come in here and go to the shop and click and search for what you're looking for. If you look down the right side there, you'll see we sort coffee by roast, by single origin, by blends. So if you want decaf, if you want K-cup pods, or you can just search for and look at everything, look at all the different coffees. So we're on one here. Let's go ahead and click on it once we find what we want. And you scroll down and you see, what does it say? Choose a bag size and choose a grind. So if you want to do that, Alan, if you want to just drop something in the cart here.
Yep, I did that, and we put one in the cart here.
Okay, great. So if you want to set it up as a one-time order, you can, or you can actually make a subscription out of it here, and those are your different options that you see there. If you want to enter in a coupon code, you do it right here. If you see where it says apply coupon, you can type in. Why don't you try type in the coupon code, try R20. A lot of people get hung up here. They think that it's R20, and it's R20, roast to order, the last letter being a letter O as in order. And if you look up at the top, it says your coupon code applied. Is that what it says?
I'm sorry, it says does not exist.
Uh-oh. So try it again. Try R20, not just R20. Try? Yeah, TRY, R20.
Gotcha. There we go. It applied it.
It applied. And if you scroll down, then you'll see over on the right, it should have, I'm sorry, I can't see it. It's not big enough on my screen, but it should say the shipping is $0.
It says calculate shipping.
Okay, so let's go in there. Let's click on that. So it just wants to know really what it wants to know is your zip code. All of our shipping costs are based off of zip code. There we go.
There you go. It didn't add anything when I put a Chicago zip code in.
Yeah. So I've seen on some instances where it says, it still has the shipping check. It's got like a radio button, and the shipping is still there to be charged, or it's got a button. It's got an option where you can say free shipping. So just if you're using this coupon code, make sure that you click on the free shipping so that you're actually getting it. And then if you go ahead and check out, if you'll proceed to check out, by the way, if you've got a gift card, you would enter it there.
And 5 people will, at the end of this program, have a gift card.
There you go.
Go through this process, because the gift card will be sent to you electronically, and you'll do all this that we're watching here.
So that if you obviously you fill in all this information here, we don't have to go through field by field, but if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, Alan, you'll see where there's an option to create an account. Once you put in all your credit card information, again, I can't see it. I think it's this little checkbox right here. Does that say to create an account?
Yeah, it says I would like to receive emails with special offers for unadvertised specials, new product information, and more. Optional.
Okay, that's how to sign up for an account. There should be another box, maybe a little bit higher up, that lets you check to see if
create an account.
Actually create an account.
Yeah, it's pretty simple altogether, right?
Yeah, and I keep saying I want to make videos on how to do this, so it's easy so that anybody can do this. your 85-year-old grandma could do this. And you can use our site to send gifts to people. You can set up gift subscriptions. You can send them e-gift cards, which is what I'm going to send to the 5 lucky winners that win the contest today. So it's a quick, easy way to send somebody a gift, the coffee lover or tea lover in your life. You set the denomination, and they can use it. It's so simple.
All right, and we're going to give away a gift card right now, right, Alan? And
well, let's have people put in the hashtag.
Yeah, we're going to have
roast to order. There we go.
We'll put that out there now. Put that in the comment section. Put that in, and then the computer will pick somebody randomly, and we'll do this 5 times before the end of the show.
Here's a great. You've got this screen up here. Look over on the right. It was our birthday on July 4th, our anniversary, I guess somebody said.
Happy birthday, your second birthday.
Thank you. So all of July, we've got a coupon code. Anybody can use it. It's not specific to just e-brews letter readers. Put in the code birthday, and it's going to take 5% off your order. You can combo it with the Tri R2O. So it's just our way of giving you the gifts for supporting us and being a part of the family here. So thank you all.
All right.
And,
all right, Mike, we will give away those gift cards and electronic gift cards, and we appreciate your sponsorship of the GarrForce.
It's scary. I got to tell you, it is so fun to listen to your podcast and hear you talk about it. And you change it up nicely all the time. You talk about the Arabica beans, the fact that they're organically grown. It is also fair trade coffee. A lot of people are concerned about that. Fair trade means that the farmers are compensated fairly for their crop and not being taken advantage of, which is a common thing that happens, as you can imagine, in third world countries and so forth. That sometimes it comes down to a matter of, am I going to put food on the table or am I not? So sometimes these farmers will take whatever a contract or whatever deal that they're getting from somebody for their beans, even though they probably, somebody like me comes along, we'd be definitely willing to probably pay them more for what they're getting.
Well, you're doing great work and giving us a great product, so thank you. And drive safely, Mike, and I'll have you on again next month.
Be courteous to all the truckers out there. I know not all of them deserve it. I got ran off the road this morning on my way up to Cedarburg by another truck driver who came around behind me and forced me off the road. So that was wonderful. I called his dispatcher. Had a nice conversation with them. So
Jesus.
I don't know what the first was. We were all going to wind up in the same spot, but
I know. It's madness out there. Thank you, Mike. I'll talk to you.
Thank you all. Thanks, Leslie.
All right.
Thank you, Mike. How am I driving? Like a frackin' maniac. I posted on Facebook this week about I am seeing more right lane passing going on. And this is cool for you because you want to go fast, but it's when everybody starts trying to converge back into the center lanes that it becomes like a death race 2000. Well, where are we? 2022. By the way, one of our people asked if you were a previous winner, if you can get in on these. Yes. Yeah, you absolutely can.
This is open to everybody. Your condom and fun prize, that's for people who haven't won yet.
Correct. But these roast order giveaways, and we're doing 5 in this show.
Yeah, so definitely. We want to do one now, don't we, Ellen?
Yep, let's do one now.
All right, hit the computer, see who's going to pick one up. Catherine is the first winner. And how do you want to space these out, Alan, so I can...
Every few minutes. We're 45 minutes into the show. We'll do every few minutes, and when we get to Leslie's batches, we'll finish the 5th one, and then we'll set up her giveaway. But Catherine, go ahead and either on Facebook Instant Messenger, send Garry a private message with your email address so we can send you out that gift card, or you can send it to Garry Meier Show at GarryMeier.com, 773-888-2157 by text or voicemail.
Yes, let's do that. And let's play too.
You want to go another one?
No, I guess I should, because I kind of went that direction. Let's play too.
Let's go another.
Let's
Ready?
go. Yeah.
Okay,
What the hell?
Here we go.
Charles is the guy from WRLR 98.3.
So Charles, go ahead and email or text Garry.
WRLR. We got winners on the 8s.
And whatever you do, stick to the format. Oh, do we have a format on the show? We kind of do, but it's a hell of a lot looser than other stations.
We have a format?
By the way,
what?
We should mention, Garry helped do a send-off for a former radio colleague, and he went on a terrestrial radio station, and I could actually hear their brains starting to sizzle when it hit the top of the hour, and Garry is still in the middle of
I'm ripping and bopping and booping and beeping. Okay, let me fill in this story. This is a dear friend of mine, Bob Stroud, who has been on the radio in Chicago for many years, the best music DJ I've ever heard, and he retired, and they asked me to come on and pay homage, which I did. I got a little follow-up, Leslie. You don't even know this. So I talked to Bob today, and if you heard this, and I think you did, Leslie, I, of course, do what I like doing is slamming radio in general.
Yeah.
And Bob says...
And that's why the rest of us are going, yeah, Garry, keep going. Top of the hour, keep going.
Yeah, and Bob said when we were doing our shtickle last week that, boy, I thought retirement would be easy, but they're making me sign all this paperwork. And I said, yes, Bob, because at the end they want to take your soul, and you're filling out the paperwork for that. So Bob and I are talking today, and Bob said, I went into the boss's office after the show, and he said, oh, I really like Garry on the show, except when he was crapping on radio. You're welcome.
That's what you get.
Bingo, Santa Domingo. I love that. Mission accomplished. Okay, and I'm going to have Bob
we're gonna
on.
have Bob on, right?
Yeah, in the coming weeks, because I love Bob, and I want people who don't know about him to hear about Bob.
Encyclopedic knowledge of music.
He knows everything. And we spent a lot of radio years together, and when it was at Zenith, in the fun zone of radio. Okay.
Wait, how did you refer to it? Oh, yeah, high school with money.
High school with money. That's when it was good.
That's why we got into this business.
Yeah.
But, oh, well.
Yeah. Now it's like junior college with no money.
And back junior college used to be college with ashtrays.
Yeah, that's high school with ashtrays.
Oh, high school.
Junior college is high school with ashtrays. Okay.
There you go. Sorry.
All right, I'm feeling it. Let's do another one, Alan.
All right, let me put it back on the screen.
Here we go.
Let me get you back on the screen. There we go. And the draw button is here. Ready? Here we go.
All right. Norm. All right, Norm, you know what to do to get a hold of me, and then I'll get that to Mike, and you will get that gift card, and you're going to have some good coffee or tea coming your way. All right. Let's pay homage to the other sponsors. That would be Bettenhausen Automotive. Alan, hit it.
All right.
Make every day a Freedom Day with a great deal from Bettenhausen Jeep on 159th Street in Tinley Park. Right now, during Jeep Freedom Days, get 0% financing on your new Jeep. Lease a new 2022 Jeep Compass Latitude 4x4 for $259 per month, or a new 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee for $369 per month. Bettenhausen Jeep is Chicagoland's Jeep headquarters. Your best Jeep buying experience starts now, 24/7 at BettenhausenCDJR.com.
Now, those areas that they're in are in the southwestern suburbs of Chicago, but don't let that stop you. If you're in any part of the country, they can probably get you a new car delivered one way or another, and their prices are so good. So good. Leslie and her lovely husband, Tim, purchased a used car recently, and she could not be happier. They have a lot to choose from, too, which a lot of dealers don't.
And that's the thing. I live in an area with a lot of car dealerships, but nothing close to what they had at Bettenhausen. And I got to tell you, I'm not blowing smoke here. The customer service has been spectacular.
Yeah.
So, you guys, seriously, give it at least give it a look. And there's so much you can do. Most of your looking online, and then you go, oh, that's the car, and you go and they throw you the keys and go, give it a test drive.
There it is.
Tell us what you think. By the way, we should also mention, who is this here? Janine. If you want in on the giveaway, you got to hashtag that roast to order. So
Janine, hashtag roast to order.
Right. I want everybody to have a chance to play.
All right. We have 2 more giveaways before the end of the show. And Team Hochberg, if you're looking for a mortgage or refi, boy, these are crazy ass times as far as all that goes. So you need somebody like David and his team to hold your hand. And by holding your hand, I mean they have a free consultation available. How can you lose with that? You call that number, say, hey, this is what I'm looking at. What can you tell me? And they'll give you all the deets, and then hopefully you'll do business with David and his team. I think that's a nice deal. Free. How many people really, I'd like to come in and have you look at something, and they'll go, okay, that'll be $150 for us to look at it. And then if you do business with us, we'll take that off the bill. That's usually what happens. That doesn't happen with David. He does the free consultation initially. That's what he does, and he's so good about how he does his business. I've known him for 20 years, and he's the best. The absolute best. All right. Woo!
Hey, Gary.
Yeah?
I think we're going to run a little late today.
Okay, let me warn the affiliates down the line that we're going to run late.
Let's do another drawing. Let's do another drawing.
Another drawing.
Here we go.
Here we go. Whoa. Jeffrey. There's Jeffrey. He's a winner. That's the 4th one, Alan?
Yep, 1 more to go.
Okay, we'll do that in a couple minutes. Let's bring Ryan on, the Wisconsin reporter. And Ryan.
Hey there.
I know what's in your report, and I know that you are feeling like I went after you the last time about your unseasonably warm comment.
Absolutely.
When I said it's unseasonably, you said it's unseasonably warm in Wisconsin, and I said it's summer. If this was October and it's 90,
right.
And in your report, I think you're going to spank me.
I am. I'm going to call you out. I had to go into the library and do some digging on historical temperatures
Okay. So that's part of the report.
Yes.
And then after, you are going to talk fireworks here because you, as I mentioned on the show this week, your normal budget for fireworks on the 4th is about $750, but you cut it down to $65 this year. Because
$75, but $5 went to that goofy, and we'll talk about it in the report, this goofy permit that you basically hold harmless so the city of Big Bend or town of Big Bend doesn't have any liability if you blow something up.
I don't know about this. Is this in the report?
It is.
Okay, well, let's go to the report and then we'll talk.
And then I also have those other screenshots of other people's.
Right, we're going to talk about another fireworks display that went bad.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Alan? Wisconsin, hey.
Hey everyone, it's Ryan. I hope you had a great 4th, and we missed talking to you last week, but guess what? I'm back this week with some updates from Wisconsin. As Gary mentioned on his show previous this week, my wife had gone fireworks shopping with my son Hank. They spent $75 at the fireworks shop in Big Bend. Well, $5 of that goes to the city for a use permit. If you read here, the legal mumbo jumbo basically says the city of Big Bend and its elected officials are not responsible for anything you do at the fireworks. It also limits you to buy 10 cases of 1.4 G fireworks. I could say maybe 1.4 grams of gunpowder. That's all I could figure out. Well, needless to say, we did not buy 10 cases of fireworks. The fireworks that we did buy were the little UFO thing that flies over your head at 50 feet in the air. We didn't burn the neighbor's house down, so luckily we were in an area because we didn't know what it was going to do. And the dirty dog, our favorite. I will show a video when this is over what the dirty dog does when you light its butt on fire. Switching gears a little bit, 2 weeks ago I used the word unseasonably warm summer. Well, I'm going to follow up on that. There's a report out recently that Wisconsin summers are longer and hotter than in previous years. In the past 3 years, the temperature has gone up 1.5 degrees Fahrenheit with more days over 90-degree temperatures, and there's more heat warnings. This year they predict at least 3 more days over 90 degrees with heat warnings in place. So I'm not maybe crazy about saying it's unseasonably warm. It's still warm, but it's a little hotter. So I'm looking forward to longer and hotter summers for the rest of this year. And then maybe next year we'll get a little more daylight going into summer. I hope you have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right, Ryan, how can you get more daylight? I'll let you have it on the other thing. How do you get more daylight?
I don't know.
Is the sun going? Okay, the sun is now going to stall for more weeks.
There it is. There it is.
There it is. It won't go down. Watch. The sun is going to not go down at some point. It doesn't in certain parts of the world. I understand that, but not in the United States. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you have this dog that you bought that you light up, and
here's a one unlit one. So yes.
And as Walter says, does it shit snakes?
It does. It does. And did you see that long receipt for that $75 worth of fireworks and then the permit?
Okay. That's a tax. Did you have to pay sales tax on top of that?
Yes, we did.
Yeah. So that they just added that bullshit tax on. We're not responsible. That's bullshit. That's total bullshit.
It is. Jamie said, well, we had to buy this permit. And I said, for what? Well, she said they wouldn't let us buy certain types of fireworks without this permit, and you had to agree to the permit before you could buy it. And
yeah,
went, okay.
Really. We grab your ankles. That's all we're doing here. So you have
Weren't they supposed to be representing us? Wasn't this supposed to be?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good luck with that.
Yeah, it's a video of its cousin. It's not the same color, but it's the dirty dog.
So you light its ass, and then
you do.
You have video of what happens.
Right there. I do.
Okay.
Yeah, we can show it, and if you want to talk over it, you'll need to unmute your mic as soon as it starts playing.
Okay.
Here it goes.
All right. There it is.
And you think it's done, it's just going to do this, and then it grabs you.
Nice.
There.
Nice. Got a lot of fiber.
This is great listening for the audio viewers.
Yes,
listeners.
yes, it is.
There it goes.
Oh.
Boy, that's what I feel like after I've had beans. Okay.
Or sloppy joes.
Or sloppy joes. Yes. Okay. How much was that?
$4.
That was $4.
Yeah.
There's this thing about pooping. You send me these toys every Christmas about pooping. Is I would like to stay away from it, but it seems to be a whole economic vehicle.
Yes. And we went looking. If we only found that, was this the only firework we would have bought? This is what we went looking for. Hey, there it is.
Tell you,
what's
one
that?
of the things in the fun bag is a Poo-Doo flying poo launcher. So
what? What does it do?
It's like a slingshot, and it shoots these little sticky poop guys.
Ooh. Okay. Really? What is?
You know what? I think that's got to be.
Really, the Supreme Bean.
I'm not digging. I'm picking today.
Wait a minute. Isn't that the prize you're giving away with the condom?
Well, let's do it. Come on.
Yeah, because now we're in a poo state of mind.
Yeah.
This is part of the Supreme Bean's whole pranking mode. I'm going to have this whole atmosphere of this is my creation. These are humans, and they're going to have the most disgusting function that they have to do every day. That's what I like seeing them do. So you're going to have that with the condom.
And I like, especially dogs even realize it because they won't make eye contact. This whole process is just too bizarre. But
it's really weird. And now it's a big money maker.
Did I see Junior Mints? That kind of ties in a little bit. Looks a little like.
Hey. All right. What is the prize package? Because you've pulled a lot of stuff out of your fun bag.
There you go. So we are doing Junior Mints, a wine condom,
and the poo
launcher. I think that's a nice gift. But we still have.
Let's give away the last coffee. Yeah.
Okay, and then I want Ryan. We're going to talk about this other fireworks thing. All right, here we go. Last gift card for Roast to Order. Dale. All right. Now, what should people, and Dale, you know what to do to get a hold of me, and then I'll get you to Mike. What is the phrase that pays for the poo flinger and the mints and?
Technical.
You wanted what?
I'm thinking we're going to keep it easy. Let's go GarrForce.
Okay, hashtag GarrForce. Start loading that in if you want Leslie's prize package.
And if you have won one of these
Right.
blind condom prize packages in the past, please sit on your hands. Let some other people win here. We want to spread the fun around.
Yeah,
And
this is for only the ones that have not won before.
Right.
Okay.
correct.
Speaking of fireworks, I got this TikTok vid from a listener, and you may have seen it. This group of people are in their front yard, and they're lighting off fireworks. The fireworks are being lit about 25 feet from where about 5 people are sitting. And then the car in the driveway, it looks like they have taken out the fireworks and put them behind the car. So they light the fireworks in front of the house down by the street, and they go sideways. So the people that are sitting there start running, and then some of the fireworks go to the pile that's behind the car and starts the fireworks and the car on fire. We can't show the video because we can't. They would flag us. But we
I have
can
some
show
screenshots if you
Yeah,
want.
here's what it looked like when it was its final sky puke.
It's
or
turned sideways, but
driveway puke. Can't we straighten that?
No, that's how Ryan's loaded it.
Yeah,
Ryan, come on, you're IT. What the hell?
I know.
The
All
other
right, turn
fun
your head
video?
to this way.
Yes, turn your head. It's an interactive show.
You can see the people running, and that's the back of the car.
Yes,
lighting
right
up.
there.
That looks like the rocket that Alan saw launched.
And then
the other fun video.
This is the
one from-
aftermath. It looks like the rocket that was launched. Look at that.
Bunch of stupidos. There you go.
San Diego, a couple years back, had a little bit of a mishap, and they lit all of their fireworks, the entire ensemble, off at once.
By mistake.
By mistake. So this is all of like 25 seconds of probably what a lot of people described as the most spectacular fireworks show they'd ever seen in their lives. So yay!
Yay!
That's
All
the
right.
professionals for you.
So what do you do after that? I mean, sorry
You go
for
home.
the.
You just
go
get home earlier.
Exactly.
That's all.
Ooh, pack up the chairs. Let's go here.
All right. Thanks, Ryan. Talk to you next week.
See ya.
And since
What do you got,
we're
Les?
on the topic, a 43-year-old Texas man is dead after lighting a firework on top of his head during a 4th of July celebration.
As he should be.
San Antonio first responders were called to a residential area shortly after midnight on Tuesday. They arrived to find the victim, Pablo Ruiz, suffering from severe head trauma with brain matter visible. A witness said Mr. Ruiz had been drinking when he decided to light the mortar from atop his head, a decision that turned out to be fatal.
A mortar on top of his head.
On top of his head. They seem to think that there was some explosion that went downward as well as upward. So, yeah.
I'm surprised they found brain matter.
Yeah, otherwise it would have just been,
Yeah,
smoked
goo.
off and across the street.
Yeah, just goo.
A Chinese food company, makers of a dessert dubbed the Hermes of ice cream, is coming under fire after some consumers noticed that some of the ice cream creations don't melt. Videos are being posted online showing what I believe is cheese cream. Forgive my pronunciation. These are ice cream bars that retain their shape even when lighters are held up to them and when subjected to 88-degree temperatures for up to an hour. But the company's not offering any apologies. They issued a statement this week saying, "We believe that it is not scientific to judge the quality of ice cream by baking, drying, or heating it." They say all their products are in line with national food safety regulations.
Yeah. What could prevent it from not melting? I don't know if I want that in my gullet.
Once again, China, it's a
Crazy town.
And we've got some animal news finally. There's a goat in Pakistan that's making headlines. Goat breeder Mohammed Narejo contends his goat Simba's ears are the longest on the planet, and he's got to call into the folks at Guinness World Records to confirm it. The month-old kid's ears are already longer than its legs, so rather than having them dragging in the dirt, Mr. Narejo has created a harness to cradle Simba's crazy long ears as he walks. Narejo also plans to turn Simba into a stud with the hopes of promoting Pakistan as the world leader in goat breeding.
And how did that happen? Why does he have those long ears?
Because a daddy goat with long ears made sweet love to a mommy goat with long ears, and then they
Okay.
made love to
Okay.
goats
All
with
right.
and so we have a picture of Simba. Just you think there, them some long ears.
Is that real, do you think?
Otherwise, okay, so
Here it
I
comes.
don't want to prejudge Mr.
But do.
Narejo, but could there be some stretching involved? I mean, I've seen people with gauges, and I'm hoping this is 100% natural, and I hope the people at Guinness World Records.
What do you mean
confirm
you
that.
saw people with gauges?
Like gauges in their ears where they stretch their
Oh, okay.
earlobes.
Yeah.
You know,
Could
and
could also be Photoshop. I can tell you that this TV didn't start out with these dimensions when I started adding the GarrForce logo. So.
Okay. Yes. All right.
So wait, you're telling me I can't believe everything I see on the interwebs?
Really?
What the hell, man?
All right.
So
That it?
I think it is. Hashtag GarrForce, you guys.
All right. Yeah,
start
because we're going to
wrapping this
pick here.
puppy up.
Hey, does my hair look like a toupee tonight? Because when
No.
guys have toupees, to make you think they don't, they
Oh.
do that.
They
drop
do that.
Down. I don't know.
They
It's a
do
mess.
no.
It's a mess. I don't know what's going on. Okay.
Golly,
I don't know.
you're so vain.
It doesn't matter.
You probably think
Think
this
this song
podcast
is
about you.
me. All right. You want to roll it, Ellen? Hashtag GarrForce for the condom, junior mids, and the poo shooter. All right, here. Ding, 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 ding. Boom, bang, bong.
Anthony.
All right,
Moreno
Anthony.
is our big winner.
That's quite a prize package. Get a hold of me, and I'll get that to Leslie, and you'll get that in the mail. All right. Hey, that's it for this week. Now, next week, Terry Savage will be on. And as I kind of teased before she had to cancel, there might be some goo that we're going to fly through when she tells us what she thinks about the economy. And just have your drink doubled next week, just in case.
Is it wrong to bring a second bottle up here?
No, it is not. Now, maybe things will improve in a week, but I'm just warning you. All right. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you on Monday. Here comes the cannoli. Take the cannoli. How about James Caan died? Sonny from The Godfather. I told you this story, didn't I? I'm out in Los Angeles. My daughter and I are at this restaurant, and James Caan is sitting right next to us. And James, it's Sonny. And I'm sitting there, and I have to think about what I'm going to say to somebody like that before I say it. So I'm putting it together. Okay, I'll say, I've loved you from The Godfather to Elf, and I'm going through all these things. And then he gets up and leaves, and I didn't do it. So that's the end of that. Okay.
And that was one of his best movies. And I'm,
Elf?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the perfect amount of crusty and lovable.
Yeah. And Sonny from The Godfather. My God, look what they did to my boy. On the causeway. All right. That reminds me of the cannoli. Let's put it up on the screen. It's beautiful cannoli. Take it. It's complimentary. Did we put the cannoli up already?
We did. I'm scrolling back to it since you called for it again.
I know. I'm just rambling here. There it is. It's the cannoli. And what about the schnauzer, Leslie?
I would park my schnauzer in front of the TV so you can catch tonight's special on WTTW.
Yes.
And you can see our friends at Project K-9 Hero on
.org.
TV.
Yes.
Yep.
Jason and his dogs. All right. Have a great weekend. Thanks for listening. I've got 3 in the green here. The gear's down, flaps are down. The voice of the globe, the GarrForce, has landed.
If you like that, I got other stuff I think you're going to like. This is the GarrForce.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
And please tell your friends and family to like and subscribe too.
All right. Yes.
More eyeballs. It's a good thing.